Hello, hello, everyone. It's Wednesday. Welcome back to Recall Knowledge presents Outlaws of Alkenstar, a show where Pathfinder enthusiasts play through your favorite adventure paths. I'm your GM, Steve, and I'm joined by Ricardo, Richard, Ninna, and Tommy. Go ahead, everyone, and say, howdy, Outlaws.
Evening.
Hello, fellow criminals.
God damn it.
Howdy.
Everyone joining us for the first time, welcome. And everyone who's been with us before, welcome back. We're happy you're with us again. We've been off for 2 weeks on holiday vacations, actual vacations, and we're finally back. I want to play. I miss playing with you guys. I miss hanging out with you guys on Wednesday nights. So we're playing even if it's a little bit of a late start. So hi everyone. I miss you guys.
Indeed. It's been it's weird. I like the first basically, okay, cool. We have a week off. I can do something other than that thing I do for work all the time. But then week 2, it's like, where are my friends? Where are our stupid jokes? Why are you like this? Never mind. I'm done. Donezo.
He's
Not
gonna
Donezo,
walk out.
JK.
He's walking
I can
out.
take a little abuse, I suppose.
But I do. I felt the same way. Like even though I was like physically out of town on vacation, and I didn't know what day of the week it was half the time. When it was Wednesday night, I just had a little thing in me that was like, it's Wednesday night. You know, it was a special night. It's okay. We get to play tonight. That's good. We left off 2 weeks ago when you guys surprised me by kind of fast forwarding the adventure further than I thought we would get. And you guys already made it to the Cradle of Quartz. And that's the name of the show. It's called Cradle of Quartz.
Oh, shit.
So we left off right in the middle of it. So let's get through our announcements and we can get playing tonight. And as usual, our first announcement for the night. This episode is once again sponsored by none other than Molten Hosting.
Molten Hosting!
They're so hot. We don't need to do any hot takes in these ads. It's going to be a very vanilla, non-controversial run through.
I mean, I feel like there's nothing controversial about it at all. I feel like the opinion is very one way.
You're right, because by popular demand, both from a lot of our people in our Discord, were like suggesting this is the topic for this week, and as well as Tommy suggesting it as a topic for this week.
He's in our Discord too.
Yeah, I am. It's where we muster. For
That's
events
true.
and shit.
That's true. We have our public Discord channels where we talk with people on our channel. We have our private channels where we talk about the show, and it came up in multiple places. A cathartic experience. We are going to talk about the OGL.
Yeah,
Hot take time.
It's not a hot take. It's an objectively easy take.
It's only a hot take because it's Molten Hosting, so everything's hot.
Oh, God.
It's a molten take. So Molten Hosting is a big sponsor of our show. They've been with us since season 1. They make their whole living off of, Foundry VTT and providing servers. They are not immune to the worry and concern that everyone in the TTRPG space has right now. And of course, we are talking about the Open Gaming License, aka OGL. Just to catch you up to speed in case you're not aware of what's going on, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and some earlier editions were published using the OGL 1.0, which allows third parties to create their own content so long as it adheres to some of the guidelines. There are certain words you aren't allowed to use. And as long as you follow those rules, you can legally release content for D&D and profit off of it, retain ownership of your own work. One of the biggest things to come out of the OGL was Pathfinder 1st edition. It was published thanks to this license, kind of splitting off from D&D 3.5e. And Pathfinder 2e also uses the OGL, mostly as a way to allow third parties to publish content for their game, but it still is under this OGL umbrella, kind of stemming back to Dungeons & Dragons. The license was really cool. It was heralded as a way to make stable third-party content for a long time, and it was seen by many as being irrevocable and irreplaceable within the tabletop space. So Wizards is going to replace and revoke this license. They're attempting to replace and revoke the license that's been around for 20 years, taking up to 25% of revenue from people publishing content for Dungeons & Dragons. And if you're in this space as a content creator, you know the margins are already pretty thin on a lot of these things. So taking 25% off the top is just kind of crazy, right?
One could say draconic.
Oh, you better make sure that word's not covered under the OGL. You can't say draconic, maybe. Maybe you can. You can't say beholdered.
I mean, they did invent dungeons and dragons. So, I mean,
Yes.
yeah. Those things did not
is-
exist beforehand.
Yeah, so it makes sense that they deserve 25% of all monetization in perpetuity. But the real question is, I mean, everybody that's heard this take, everybody who's heard about what Wizards is trying to do, nobody likes it. Everyone says this is a terrible idea. So my question, and the question the Molten Hosting had, was, why did they come to this decision in the first place? Well, thanks to my contact at Molten Hosting, they provided us with a totally legit, non-parody recording for a secret internal Wizards of the Coast meeting that happened early last year. It might shed some light on the situation. I haven't listened to it yet. We should just play it now and see what led to the creation of the new OGL.
If any lawyers are watching this from WotC, this is definitely not legit and definitely a parody. Don't sue us. Thank you.
Alternatively, sue them. Give Recall Knowledge all the press.
No. We're releasing this parody under the OGL, and it's non-revocable.
Yeah, right. It's totally fine.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink my coffee now.
Without further ado, I'm going to hit play on this recording right now. Play!
I miss you guys.
Ninna, that's you.
Okay, we're going off script. All right. As CEO Cynthia Williams, I call this meeting to order. Let's get down to the brass tacks. We know we have D&D 6th edition coming out very soon. So
Actually, Cynthia Williams, let me, head of D&D, Dan Rawson, correct you. We're calling it 1 D&D now.
head of D&D Dan Rawson, did you just say 1 D&D? Won't that just confuse new people looking for the new edition? All right. Well, D&D 1 then. All right. So we all know that our mission statement is increase monetization at the cost of quality. But what are we doing to actually make it happen?
Well, first, we have a strong idea to monetize the digital space, right?
Mhm.
Traditionally, the game was played around tables with friends who had all these purchased books for their characters. But as it's moving heavily into the digital space, which these kids call VT Vits. Vits, am I saying that? Anyone?
All right.
That can't be.
Wait, how do you spell that?
VTTs. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's not VTTs. You're fired. We think we are positioned to offer our own VTT, complete with NFTs for creatures, equipment, classes, and we're even including limited spells you can only acquire around launch, which are more powerful and should drive a huge spike in purchases.
That sounds great. What's the estimated yearly revenue for such a project?
Let me ask my project lead, Sam. Sam should know that.
Yes, I do, head of D&D Dan Rawson. I have those numbers right here. Year 1, we anticipate bringing in $2.3 million.
That sounds low. Why?
Well, there are other VTTs on the market that have a better offering than what we launch with. Namely, we are feeling the heat from a Foundry VTT.
What do we know about this Foundry VTT project lead, Sam? And how are they able to offer our own product better than we can?
I got this, CEO Cynthia Williams.
Hmm.
Well, Foundry supports multiple games. It's not just Dungeons and Dragons. They sell their products for a one-time fee.
A one-time fee? Amateurs. They should be planning a subscription model like us.
Well, there are services that exist on such a model that provide services for software, like this one called Molten Hosting.
James from IT, is it? So,
That's right.
nice to meet you. So companies sell a service to support the software for a game, and we get none of that revenue anywhere in the chain.
Yes, that's right. But that's not the worst of it.
What could be worse than somebody stealing money from our pockets?
It's the ads.
Ads? What ads?
James from It, I thought that you and I, head of D&D Dan Rawson, agreed we weren't going to bring this up until we discussed it in private.
No. I want to hear about this, especially if it's going to affect D&D 6e.
One D&D CEO,
shut
Cynthia
the
Williams.
fuck up.
Here is the video in question.
DMs, how many times has this happened to you?
It's time to level up my character, but I need to connect to the game hosted on my GM's computer. Hey Mike, can you start up the game?
Oh, Nina, I'm at work right now, so I'm not at my computer. Sorry, I won't be able to set that server up for another few hours.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just do crystal meth instead.
Did they just associate crystal meth with D&D?
Yep.
Where can we get? I mean, technically, they associated it with Pathfinder, which is associated with us through the OGL.
Well, the OGL does currently bring in about $2.8 million in estimated sales per quarter.
So the OGL is what allows this molten hosting to exist and this Foundry VTT to exist and cuts into our own VTT sales. Sam, if we were to modify the OGL, could we take ownership of this molten hosting and make sure these ads never see the light of day again?
Well, yes, and it could theoretically lead to a 48% increase in NFT sales, but market research shows it won't go over well with our fan base.
Do you think I care if it costs us every last fan? We need to come together and rid the internet of this filth. All right, meeting adjourned. Our main action item by the end of the week, modify the OGL to prevent the world from having to hear these ads any longer.
Well, everyone, I guess the main reason the OGL was modified was because of us.
Sorry.
Sorry, everyone. Anyhow, our bad.
Who knew
But
crystal
anyways.
meth was bad?
Right? I mean, Breaking Bad was all about crystal meth, and everyone loved that show. Come on.
Right.
All right. Well, on a more serious note, big thank you to Molten Hosting for sponsoring our show and allowing us to slander your name. Hopefully, they never see this ad, or it could be the last time they sponsor the show.
Watching Twitch for Versace hovercraft. Show up right now.
He's playing
Nice.
Blood on the Clock Tower right now. He's
Can
busy.
he ungift subs? Because
Yeah. He ungifts.
Revoke sub. The game just crashes out of nowhere.
In case you've been living under a lava rock, Molten Hosting does provide Foundry VTT hosting in the cloud so that your game always runs smooth. Each tier of service comes with backup options, easy access to your files, and your brand new server can be up and running in just minutes. Make sure to check them out at moltenhosting.com. It's the service we use here on the show, and we urge you to use them for your game too. And I didn't work this into the ad because it didn't come up organically, but make sure at checkout you can use the code Recall Knowledge.
One
One
word.
word.
To rule them all.
At checkout, and you can get your first month of service completely free.
When has that ever
Thanks
stopped
to-
you before, Steve?
I couldn't come up with a way. I tried. Thanks, Molten Hosting. And seriously, on a more serious note, the new OGL sucks.
OGL in quotes, because it's really more like a GSL, but yeah.
It's more like a BULLSHIT. I did it. I can spell.
It's just ridiculous that they think they can revoke an old OGL by releasing a new one and somehow retroactively apply to all stuff that was already released. It seems a little strange. We'll see how it all shakes out in the end. But if you want to go to the social medias and just voice your displeasure at the way Wizards of the Coast is going, link the whole world to this and tell everyone we have the inside scoop. We know what went down. Watch our breaking news story here on our channel, Recon Knowledge.
Blame Steve when everything goes to shit in a shopping cart.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's my fault.
Damn, you recall knowledge in crystal meth.
So I think that's going to do it for announcements. Rick, you got a dance party for us tonight?
Oh,
That's kind of loud.
All right, everyone. That does it for announcements. Viewers, go ahead and sit back and relax. And players, let's jump into tonight's episode. Episode 9.
Nine?
Let's get on this vid.
Outlaws of Alkenstar, Cradle of Quartz, written by Scott D. Young. Let's As the camera fades in, we find ourselves in a strange hexagonal chamber, a throne room of sorts, in which the walls themselves are adorned with thousands of tiny crystals. Within the image, they create the face of a woman, robotic woman. It depends on the angle that the light reflects and what you see staring down upon you, but Bry herself stares at you here within this chamber. Standing at the center is an exploded clockwork sphinx, which has torn a huge gash through the rest of the outlaws who are quickly trying to administer healing. Anita is running around, blowtorch in hand, trying to repair with the quick repair feat, which is coming in really handy right now, as much as she could, including Saruk's broken shield and Wyber, who's taking quite a bit of damage. And you all stand here in the center of the entryway here in the Cradle of Quartz, knowing that this loud explosion definitely might bring some unwanted attention, giving you just moments to prepare. I think as you're doing that, and as Anita's finishing up repairs, kind of towards this direction, each doorway here is not a full door. It's just kind of like a curtain that hangs over the doorway that blocks vision, but it doesn't do much to muffle the sound. And you can hear the scraping of metal on stone and the echoing of footsteps and hungry guttural growls echoing from this doorway in your direction.
So when I get my shield back from Anita, as patched as it is, she chugs down the potion. There's noise coming from here. In the space of a minute, if possible, I would like to have reloaded my backpack ballista. So it's shield like up and in front of me, ballista ready to go. And Saruk is going to just march towards this door to hold the line as silently as he can.
Yeah, so it says reloading it takes 1 minute. So you definitely have the minute to repair it or to start to reload it and get it ready. But like basically like kind of like what's coming is like literally as you finish loading it and get it like re-put on, it's like right about when shit's about to go down. So
I'd like to bring Kijok into the room too, if I could, please.
that's fine. Kijok should be able to move around. With Hal and Reficule, we know what Anita's doing. Anita's repairing Wyvern. What are the rest of you guys sort of doing?
Scouting. Being ready for things to come.
Yep, scouting is a valid action here.
I think Reffy's gonna hear the noises and go in the opposite corner and try to avoid notice.
Okay. Very nice.
I think seeing that Saruk is gonna start. Don't mind me. I'm making Eldritch hand signs to figure out how the hell I'm holding shit. I guess beating shield against breastplate to be very, very loud to focus attention on him.
All right, and in that moment, I think the sort of like the curtain flies open here and it like flies to the side, and you see a hallway full of these creatures that, you know, have this sort of look to them. But these creatures dressed in like bright colors and regal, like a divine garb, like you've seen back at the
Clockwork Cathedral, House of the Click Clack, place where they definitely tried to kill specifically Reffy and me, and we're still angry about it.
Yes,
I like House of the Click Clack.
House of the Click Clack. They're dressed very similar in like regality and the color scheme and the clothing, although it's definitely out of fashion. It looks like kind of like old timey, and their faces are like pale and gray. Their tongue is lolling out. They got like sharp teeth, and you just hear this sort of guttural growl, and they kind of lick their lips as they like fling open the curtain. And I need you all to roll me some initiative.
Woo!
Let's go.
With a +2 bonus, thanks to Hal's scouting. Reffy, go ahead and use your stealth because you're avoiding notice.
You cool if I roll intimidate? Because I'm trying to be real eyes on me,
Yeah.
scurry right now. Nice.
Absolutely.
Okay. I remember how all of this works.
Ooh, that's a 28 for Anita.
We're on fire for this, at least.
That is gonna be
Ooh,
a natural 20 from Refik.
Ooh, natural
Sure,
20.
already.
34.
Come on,
Nice.
big guy, you've done so well. Come up, it's 19.
Okay, so that is all of our initiative rolls. That's going to lead us right into a nice combat. So, before you guys even got a chance to really lick your wounds and recover from the exploding Sphinx, something has come to investigate. I think the guy like swings open the curtain, and I guess you kind of hear them kind of like, they've taken out our captor. Feast, my friends. And Reffy, with the natural 20 stealth roll off the bat, gets to go first. They are not aware of you.
They're not aware of me. How much cover would this guy have if I tried to shoot him?
Probably just lesser cover, the same as if you're shooting through like an ally. So that's a +1 AC.
I think I'll take a shot because they're not aware of me, right?
Right.
So they're flat-footed?
Yes, they are. Flat-footed?
I will shoot then with my dueling pistol.
My hero.
I believe that's a 29.
Oh, it wasn't a natural 20, but it was
Not a
it is
natural,
29.
but it was a critical hit.
Jeez.
Let's go.
sorry.
That is absolutely a critical hit. Go ahead and roll critical damage. And it's a critical hit because of the flat-footed condition.
Oh, is that all ones?
Yikes.
Oh,
Yikes.
It was 1 7 and 2 1s. Not the great. You've been fishing for a crit that long. It is not great. So I will go ahead and mark that damage. 13 points of damage. They're not resistant to it at all. But because of your critical specialization, they must succeed at a fortitude saving throw or be stunned.
come on.
That is a failure, and they are stunned 1.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
All right.
You shut him up mid-sentence as he's telling his friends to feast, and just blast him, and he gets dazed.
Right, because I couldn't have strode first and then shot. He would have been aware of me then, right?
You would have had to have tried to sneak, yeah.
Right. So that's my first action. I don't get my free actions because I had to shoot first.
Worked out. You got a crit because of it.
Yeah. Second action, I'll stride forward. And am I able to melee around this corner here?
He will have like lesser cover from this angle.
That's fine.
Not lesser. He'll have standard cover from this angle, but you can attempt to do it.
I'm going to do a reloading strike for my third action.
Okay.
At map.
That's a hit.
28. That is a hit. 10 damage.
Almost the same damage as your critical.
Almost as much as my crit with
Yikes.
a gun. But that's my turn.
All right, Anita.
I would like to delay my turn, please.
No worries. You let me know when someone takes a turn and you'd like to move in.
Will do.
All right. That brings us to these guys. So this one first. You see, like, they sort of like look into the room and you are right up in their faces. And he's a little stunned. And he looks, you notice that he's looking through you, Saruk, through you, Reficule. Even though you're up in his face and like trying to get his attention, his eyes are drifting and his nostrils flare. And you hear him say, She has been touched by her. And something, your eyes sort of trace back and you can see something is like almost drawing their attention supernaturally to Anita's presence here.
Is it supernatural or is it her cyborg parts that are like Terminator now?
It's hard to say at this point.
I do look really cool right now.
The monster shows up and promptly fit checks.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
First thing this character is going to try to do is going to tumble through Saruk. So this is an acrobatics check, which they're not great at, against Saruk's reflex DC. That's a 10.
And that is a critical failure.
So they try to like shambles through you and like bumps into Saruk's shield and can't go anywhere.
Slam push. Does he go prone? Question mark.
No, I don't think there's no critical failure effect on tumble through that I can see.
Oh, fair.
Unfortunately.
I just wanted him to go prone, I guess.
When he can't get through, I think his second action will be to target Saruk with a hammer strike.
You already.
He's holding this like sort of hammer thing. He brings it in. That's a 29.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Now, just to confirm, you don't currently cast any spells, right? Either from champion or from your summoner.
So, like, Eidolons have the conjuration tag on them, and I have manifested an Eidolon, so maybe it interacts with how these work, but I don't have any spells that I can cast strictly.
I think so, right? It says you have to be able to specifically cast divine spells, which I don't think you
fair.
do. So I think you're okay.
Excellent.
So
Good.
You just take normal damage. You don't take all of that. You just take.
I love the evil damage. It's cute. That's adorable. I mean, Sir could take evil damage.
Either way, you just take 7 points of damage.
Okay, stand by. I'm debating reaction. So you can't use reactions on the first turn of combat unless the GM says you can, unless you've gone yet. I feel like I'm standing in front of the door.
Exactly. This wasn't like you got ambushed and you weren't ready. You were ready for this.
Don't mind me. I'm just remembering. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna block it. This guy runs up, slam shield in, push. The hammer comes down and scrapes off the side. So all of that damage bounces off.
All right, and last action is a map hammer strike, which is a 19 for 27.
That'll hit.
All right, that's just going to be the 12 points of bludgeoning this time.
Sounds good. I mean, sounds bad, but sounds good.
Yeah. All right. The second one is gonna do what they can to tumble through Saruk. They can't do anything else from back here. 22.
Yikes,
Which,
that'll just get it.
oh, it actually gets through.
DC 20.
All right. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of movement to tumble through Saruk. This tumble through, he actually does have one more square of movement. So he would continue his... He actually would continue his movement, so that one would trigger an opportunity attack.
Love that.
Would like to.
In the flank.
Go for it.
Yes.
That's true, because it's before he leaves the square. Good call.
Ja.
All right, Mr. Do Job. I should have said that. Oh, never mind, it worked.
Well, it's still a hit because of the flat-footed condition.
Nice.
15 slashing.
15 points of slashing on this dude. He continues his stride there. That was one tumble through. And then his second action is to continue running over here at Anita. And his third action is, even though you're on Wybert and you're in that like sort of like, you get a cover bonus for riding Wybert, he still targets you. And uses his hammer on a melee attack. That is a miss, thanks to Wybert's.
Yeah, thank you, Wybert.
This guy will also try an acrobatics check, which I don't think he's going to be able to get through, but maybe he'll get lucky. 16 doesn't do it. Ends here because he can't get any closer. I guess he's just going to try because they can't get through anymore. Oh, that one just what he needs to get through. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25 feet of movement here. Final action, strides at Anita. This one is going to attempt to tumble through. He has to move here before getting an attempt to tumble through. Let's tumble through. Natural 20 on the tumble through.
Oh, settle down.
Just came back.
Second action, third action.
Sheesh.
Closes in on Anita, and then from the back of the room, the fifth one comes running in, now in sight. Let's do another tumble through. Hits another one, 18 plus.
Damn.
And then from here, this one is, instead of rushing at Anita, this one's going to take advantage of the flanking here and attack Saruk with his third and final action, but that is an 18 and not even close. All right, that's their turns.
I would like to take my turn.
Anita would now like to take her turn.
Okay.
Not a good time to explode.
Yeah, first action explode. So here is my D20. Wybert's unstable.
Okay.
I felt that.
Explode.
Been a while since we did explode.
So to all creatures in a 5-foot emanation, DC 17. Okay. Hey, let me just put this on there.
Yeah. I think you put it privately, but I'll just reveal it to everyone. So 5-foot emanation, which is all from Wybert, explodes outwards.
So 2d6, right? This is the damage. Just 4.
Ooh, just 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more than 46, right? It says at third level and every level it increases by 1d6. So the base is...
It'd be like 3d6?
It would be 66.
All the D6s.
All the d6s? So how many have I
Mhm.
rolled already?
Correct.
So 1.
It goes up by 1d6 at third, and then every level after.
It should be 66, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 4 already. Here's the last 2. Come on. So 6. So 12 plus 4, 16 points of fire damage. Mm-hmm.
So this is a critical failure on the unstable check. So you and Wybert also take 6 points of damage. They have to make reflex saving throws. It's class DC.
Mm-hmm.
So my class DC is 22.
All right, reflex save of 22 coming up. First one.
Fuck.
That was the wrong roll. Ignore the first one. 16 is a fail.
Okay.
Next one is a fail. And the last one is a fail. So all of them take the full 16 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay, cool. And then second action, I'm gonna throw my... So I'll throw my moderate on this guy right here.
Okay. It will splash back and hit you and Wybert.
That's fine.
Okay.
Where are my actions? Here we go.
And Nita's just sitting there. You don't kill me. I kill me.
I'm a robot. Natural 1. I would like to use a hero point for that failure.
Let's hero point that critical failure, because even the splash damage would miss in that case.
Yeah. So reroll using a hero point. That is... What the fuck?
A little better. 18 is a miss.
All right.
So they take the splash damage at least.
Yeah, it's a moderate.
That's 2 splash damage?
Yes, 2.
Okay, so 2 to everyone in that circle. So 2 to each of them, 2 to you, 2 to Wybert.
Okay, yeah, that's everything.
But Wybert gets an action even if you don't give him one. So Wybert still does have 1 action.
That's okay. I'm just on my third action. I'm going to take cover. Like
Okay.
extra cover. Can I move up from lesser to greater?
I will say yes.
Okay, cool. That is my turn.
Saruk.
Okay. Everything is terrible. This plan to hold the door did not work. I'm not going to delay, but I'm deciding quickly who the device's strat is pointing at. I think the flanked one. Yeah. So I'm going to roll the backpack ballista for it. It may come from my tusks. We'll see. But untap upkeep devices! What do you mean this stupid ass thing isn't? It'll put a goddamn... It'll shoot Giselle rounds? No one told me that. Whack. So... Here go the dice. The dice saith a 31. You know what? I'm fine with that. Would a 31 hit this man's?
It will hit. In fact, that will be a crit.
Let's go.
You are goddamn right it is. Okay, so
Yeah.
then I guess like goes running up, gets over Saruk, and it does so because Saruk is trying to aim this big fuck off cannon down the hallway, and then it's just like it's probably really awkward in the like the realm of using a interact to drop the thing, but it's like in the drop, the platform, for lack of a better term, where this ballista is up or over around to the back of this man's head, and they take to the back of their head.
That's a lot of dice.
Fucking go 58 damage.
That's how you crit.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
go.
All right, let me just
Another
double check real quick. 58 points of damage is enough to one-shot this thing.
Let's
So
go.
Giselle comes back.
Damn.
Not the Giselle, the ballista.
Oh, sorry, the ballista. Yeah, you're right. Ballista comes out, explodes this dude, and as he just like leaves like a spray of like red everywhere. I don't even know if undead have red blood, but here's what happens. In accompanying this explosion of him, there is a reaction that goes off.
Don't you do it.
It's a reaction called Final Blasphemy.
Ah.
When he is destroyed, a 3-action harm goes off. Boom! A wave of negative energy explodes out from him, passes through everyone within 30 feet. A 30-foot emanation. So that is pretty much everyone in the chamber. So it's going to be a harm. 1 point of negative energy to everyone in the room.
Oh, wow.
But that's 1 point of healing to all of these.
Well, we get a basic fortitude save.
You do get a basic fortitude save. You're right, you do. And it could reduce it to 0, couldn't it?
Please.
No.
Failure on Wybert.
So unfortunately,
Failure on Hal.
I gotta roll
Failure
this
on
twice.
Refi. What are these low rolls, guys?
Hey, look, I'll take it now for 1 point of damage.
Here's Kijok. Oh, Lord. And then
1 point.
here's Saruk's. I take the lower of the two because we share HP. Yeah. So the 28 is bad. 18 is just a fail, you say?
Yeah. Okay, so just 1 point of negative energy to everyone. They all heal for 1. This guy is now like off the map, but that triggers another reaction from.
Guys, I wish I didn't one-shot this thing. This is bullshit. I hate this.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is what it is. So, oh shit, I should have done this instead. Sorry, I screwed up on the cool feature. I screwed on a cool feature, but we're good. They don't have another reaction on this. You're good. Okay, that's just your first action.
That's my second. Devise a strat is 1. Christ alive. I
Win.
think. Say what?
I'll remind you after.
Oh yeah, you give someone a stratagem
my
thing.
man. I told you guys to yell at me. I'm gonna designate the initiative order and reading it. I'm gonna read that feed even. I appreciate you, Richard. Thank you for being my executive functioning. You of all people, thank you for being my executive functioning. Okay, so I'm just reading all the things. So, unfortunately, the creature I hit it. Hey, Hal, that dead guy, destroyed guy, he was already dead, is flat-footed to you. Do with that what you will. So then third action, I think, is just to raise my shield again and pass turn.
Okay. Last, patiently waiting his turn, Halbrand.
Oh, the creature you hit. That makes sense.
I think Hal would like to do Scout's Charge as he meanders up to this creature here,
Okay.
weaving and bobbing and moving around, not necessarily moving out of space, but I will meander around and then I will do a feint using stealth
Go for it.
to see if I can make this creature flat-footed. $17.
Yikes.
It's targeting its perception.
It is targeting it, so I'll just click this thing and put it in the chat.
It's just a feint, right?
Deception required because, yeah, it's just feint.
Perception DC, yeah. So that is not flat-footed to this attack.
All right. And as part of the Scout's Charge, I get to make a strike.
Go for it.
Wacha.
Oh,
I heard a sound.
that's a critical hit.
Oh,
I think that's the
here we
sound of us
go.
taking more negative damage.
Yeah.
Only 24
Okay, so here's what's going to happen here.
this time.
Yeah, this time I'm going to use the cool thing I should have used last time. You hit the creature, right? And it's a slash right across it. You actually watch as your slash cuts through the creature. The creature's eyes sort of flicker just a little bit, and it mutters almost like a prayer as it closes its eyes. It mutters a prayer as the strike goes through it. It's going to cast a spell, and as it casts the spell, the slash goes through it, and you've done no damage to it at all.
Oh, what?
Like your blade goes through, and you feel it physically cut through it, but there's no wound left behind.
Is it actually a spell?
It is actually a spell.
Does it have a manipulate?
This is not a manipulate because it's just somatic. Yes, so it's really odd. Something happens. It does use up its spell. It doesn't look like your attack has actually done anything. Very weird spell. But I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is because that'll spoil half the fun. We're going to find out soon.
Gee, thanks.
If we kill them, it's bad. If we try to kill them, we can't.
It did use up its reaction, and it used up some resources doing this.
Okay, let me take a map attack against this creature.
Go for it.
You dang animal!
I mean,
He's like, motherfucker.
This man's been sitting in a room for 14 days and came out and chose violence, the exact same violence as the
Same.
last violence.
It's like a glitch in the Matrix. Zip, zip.
Don't say that in this place. This whole place is a glitch in the Matrix.
Oh God, right? The second one comes through and you slice it from another angle and cut through it, and then what you see in this really weird moment, Crits in chat, by the way, is that the blade comes through and you make a second cut, and then almost like immediately after that one opens normally, the previous cut you made just moments before also opens, and the creature just gushes out 2 strikes at once. Like it's almost hit by both your strikes at the same time, and it dies, and a burst of negative energy goes out again.
Of course.
Anyone within 30 feet of this guy is going to do 8 negative this time, Fortitude saves. Ruffy and Saruk are out of range, so you guys are good.
Is Kijak in range?
Okay.
Kijak is.
Fortitude saving throw.
Come on, big guy.
Yes.
24?
24 is a success, so you take half damage.
Oh, I see it was posted.
you rolled 1 last time and 8 this time.
I don't know how many action scouts charges.
2.
2, and then your map deck. Okay. Perfect. Brings us back to the top of round 2, Ruffy.
This is a conundrum. Because if we kill him, he kills us. You got this one, Tusks.
Nods while pushing the thing that's pushing on him.
So I'm going to first shoot the middle one.
Okay. You did do a reloading strike critical hit last time, I think. So you're all loaded and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
26 is a hit, but not a crit.
All right.
3 points of damage. Not your knight on damage. I think your bullets are being affected by the strange ports in here.
Mm-hmm. And I will do a running reload.
Running reload it is.
And then I will strike for my third action.
Okay.
I believe they're flat-footed, right?
Yes. Thanks to the flanking, at least. And then maybe some more stuff you have.
All right. It would have had to... No, it would have had to have been within reach for it to be.
Got it. Yeah, but it's flat-footed to do the flanking.
All right.
Ooh.
My hero. Look at this man's also
That's a
choosing
28.
violence.
Even with the map, that's a critical hit. Thanks to the flat-footed condition.
Can I choose to do non-lethal damage?
Yeah. Especially with the melee strike, I think you have some. I think you have the ability to choose for free, right? Because you have the martial arts dedication.
I can make it lethal, right? But
Yeah, you can choose. You don't take the penalty for making it lethal, so you can choose.
let me see. Let me make sure if it says that my things are just lethal now. Yeah, you don't take the negative penalty for making a lethal attack with non-lethal unarmed strike. So they're by default non-lethal.
Right.
Right. So let me roll that non-lethal
So
damage.
are you dealing non-lethal damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just an expert. Do you get critical specialization and expert?
I believe so. I think we looked this up last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you gain the critical specialization effect on all monk weapons in which you are trained because of brawling focus. So yes. So basic fortitude save.
That is a failure.
So they're slowed 1.
Load 1. Slowed 1 instead of stunned 1. Interesting.
Maybe we don't blow up these fuckers and just toss them out. And that's the end of my turn.
That brings us to their turn. So we'll start with the one here that's in a fight with Saruk. Start off with a light hammer attack.
As opposed to the medium or heavy hammer attack.
27, which
Hate
is enough to
that.
hit. Still not taking the evil damage, so it's only 7 points of damage.
I
The emoji for the evil damage is cute.
yeah, it is.
It is really cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my reaction and block to again take 0.
Okay, so you take 0.
Clang.
Second action map, which is a miss. And I think final action. It's going to cast Harm as a 1-action touch spell on itself. I don't think you already used your reaction on the shield block, right?
Even if I didn't, I don't have any.
You don't have
responses to it.
opportunity attack. You're right. So heals for 4 damage. And then there's only 2 more, so we'll do this. The one that's slowed only gets 2 actions because it's been slowed 1. Little like clocked in the head. Target Anita, who's taking cover inside Wybert. That is a miss thanks to the cover.
Yes.
Second action.
Yes.
Miss. And just frenzied third action. Almost a natural 20, but it is a miss. Critical miss by -20. Awesome.
That one didn't have a third action.
You're right. He didn't even have the third action to waste. Good call. All right. This guy with 3 actions is going to cast a 3-action harm spell. So 30-foot emanation. Same thing. It's 1d8. So 3 points of damage. You guys can make a fortitude save. Heals him. Heals himself.
Yes, finally.
Heals the last guy too. So Hal succeeded, Saruk failed, Kijak fails, Refugee failed. So Hal and Anita take half, take 1, and everyone else takes 3. That was all 3 actions. That's their turn. Anita.
All right. So we can't kill him. But we could still punch him. Actually, no. I'm going to use 1 action to do battle medicine on myself using assurance. So that is a 2d8. Whoop. Okay.
Okay.
So that's 13 points. And then I'm going to just... because I don't want to kill anyone. So I'm going to take 2 steps away from them. So this is my first step and my second step. Only gets there. Oh, I'm still on Wybert. And then Wybert has another action, so he's gonna use his own action to move away right here. 1 more. Actually, yeah, right there. That's fine. That's it for my turn.
Okay. They have no reactions they take on that. Saruk.
Hockey dokey. Decision paralysis. This is my favorite class in the game, but my brain doesn't like it sometimes. I think. Oh Christ. Let's start with the one in front of us. Gonna devise me a stratagem.
Devise that stratagem.
And I'm gonna click the Giselle. Goddamn, put
Upkeep.
rounds. Untap, upkeep, press the button. I missed my glue bullets. That was fun.
Yeah.
Brah! Honky doke.
All right, it's gonna be a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. I think I will. So there's a lot of fighting going on. There's a lot of pushing, a lot of back and forth. Rather, Saruk is going to back up, clanging shield on breastplate. Don't mind your champion. He's measuring the board. It's not weird. I think here. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Don't mind your champion. He's a summoner and doesn't remember. Okay, cool. And then for third action, raise the shield again. Just clanging and roaring and roaring and clanging.
Okay.
And that's me.
Hal.
I think Hal looks at Refcule punching him. Would I know if he was doing critical damage or non-critical damage? Would I know that? Has he beat my ass and not killed me with his kung fu?
I think you would recognize that there was a critical hit in there, yeah. A little more brutal than usual.
Not crushing the dude's windpipe, but hitting them such that they black out.
Yeah.
You definitely saw the effects of the dude like getting like woozy.
I think I'm gonna non-lethally attack this creature here next to me. And I can do that using Exacting Strike.
Okay. That allows you to make a non-lethal attack with no penalty. Oh, okay, I see. So Exacting Strike. Got it. So you can make a non-lethal attack with Exacting Strike. With non-lethal using... Are you using this with your Khopesh?
Yes.
Okay, so if you make a non-lethal, it takes a -2 attack.
-2. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, watch out. -2, add it. F.
-2 good guy penalty. Well, that's a critical hit non-lethal. 24 points.
Again.
I think as you do this, you watch the same thing where like you basically can feel the solid connect, and he sort of does the chant prayer thing, and you feel the solid connect with this Khopesh. And yet as it moves through, nothing seems to be happening. Like there's no effect. Your blade passes through, but there's no damage showing where you did it.
That's easy. Just do another natural 20.
Yeah. Just do what you've been doing this whole time.
It is a hit, so it does trigger your map thing. It's not like it's a failure on the strike. Just for some reason, whatever spell they're doing is negating the attack.
All right, second attack.
Was this one also non-lethal?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't do that. It's a press attack. Oh, I couldn't do it because it couldn't be my first. I couldn't do a press attack on my first attack. It has to be my second attack.
Got it.
But that's okay.
Good call.
Because I will use it this time.
Yes. Perfect. Good call. That's right. The press trait, you can only use it if you've already got map.
Already
applied,
attacked.
right?
Yes.
Perfect. So now you can use it. That's a hit.
For 11?
11 points on non-lethal. This second one, you watch it comes through, and this Khopesh strike hits, slashes through, does the damage you'd expect, but that first slash doesn't trigger like it did last time you got the second strike off. So it's that first strike is still not coming through.
What do I need to hit him? 15, 23. I can get another 15 or more balls. When's Reficule up? Not before then. Next. I think I'll step here.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, top of round 2, round 3, Refi.
Trying to see how I can use this. I'm going to use Drifter's Juke.
It sounds cool.
I'm going to make a strike, unarmed strike, against the one in between me and Hal first. Non-lethal, of course.
Okay. Yeah, so step, strike. Wow. How many actions is that?
2 actions.
2 actions. Very cool. So that 22 is a hit.
Nice.
For 7 points of non-lethal.
Okay. And what's the strike look like? Like you're just like punch, like you're just using bare fists, right? Like punch, strike, jab.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do with my right hand. I'm just gonna do a ridge hand, using the inner of my hand, right to his temple. Mask side. I want to smash the mask.
Non-lethal, right?
Non-lethal, right?
So you do that side strike. I think you hit him across the head. The mask like flies off and like hits the ground and scatters away. Hal, you watch as his eyes roll back in his head, and as he does so, the slash that you made just moments before opens again, and you watch as all that damage flows through him. The wound delay does come through. He falls over unconscious, and yet, for some reason, still dies, and the harm effect goes off.
Oh.
So didn't Hal also do non-lethal a bunch?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Maybe they just can't go unconscious.
Fair enough. Oh, right, saves.
1 damage.
20.
Net 20 for
Nice.
Anita.
1 damage thing.
For 1 damage.
Son of a bitch.
Success for Hal.
So you take 0.
That's a 23.
That's a success. So 0.
Don't mind me. Yikes.
That's a fail. So 1 damage.
So I have,
I guess it could be a critical fail.
yeah, it could have Kijek, yeah.
All right, but this one, you notice like you hit it and it falls down, and it like you feel the wave of negative energy. He's still just laying there face down on the ground. It seems weird. You tried to non-lethal. That's 1 action. Then you can continue your drifter's juke.
I look down. Well, fuck me, that didn't work. And then I twirl around and do a step and shoot that guy in the head.
Okay.
And I will step here.
Okay.
And I will take a map attack. And shoot him fully lethal in the head.
Kirby fully lethal.
22 is a hit.
22 is a hit. For 7 points of damage.
All right, he takes the 7 points of damage.
And for my third action, why not? I'll do a reloading strike at map.
All right. Full map.
Do it.
Because I'm reloading anyway, so why not?
Yeah, it reloads it.
He is flat-footed to this attack because I hit him
All right.
with a attack within range. Within reach.
Good call.
Come on, nat 20.
It's not a nat 20, but it's still enough to hit with the flat-footed condition.
All right. 9 points of damage. Lethal.
9 points it is.
Fuck them. And that is my turn.
So I think angry enough, unable to get at Anita, he spins around onto Refi, uses a light hammer strike for 24.
That would hit.
Does hit. It's 9 points of bludgeoning.
So I have a reaction.
Okay.
Like I said, like it happened before when there was an explosion, Saruk shouts in Mwangi, and Kijak disappears, reappears, but like to interpose between the. My brain tried to say the name of the thing, but I don't know it in character. The Angie Man and Refi. I'm gonna use Liberating Step. So that means my brain just shut off. That means Refi has resistance 8 to it and can step as a free action right now.
Perfect. So you only take 1 damage, and you can step if you like.
Forming the shield wall between Anita and the bad guy. I see you.
Awesome.
1 point instead of the 9, right?
Right.
Yep. Because you have resistance
All right.
8 to the damage. Very cool. Second action. Another hammer time, which is a miss.
Can't touch this.
Steps here to get back in range of Anita. This one comes running in, targets Saruk again. Now provided flank. Ooh, 19. It's not a crit. Luckily, it's not a crit.
This is true.
Thanks to the shield being raised.
So my shield being raised makes it 26. I think I forgot to hit the button. I'll take 12 damage. That's fine.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Your shield should have been 26.
Yeah. Ow.
Either way, it was off being a crit. Yeah, 12 points of damage, and then I guess map misses. All right, Anita.
All right, first action, battle medicine on Saruk with assurance. So here is your 2d8, sir.
I appreciate you.
It's only 9, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And
Still
then... Can Wybert... Wait, no, he can't. It's... Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna give... one action to Wybert. So he has 2.
Okay.
So step here, if he can. Right there.
And that would be more of a... That wouldn't be a step, that would be a stride, but you can stride there.
Yeah, he'll stride there instead for his first action.
They don't
And
seem to take
then-
any reaction.
Okay, cool. And then Wybert smash this person right here.
Wybert smash.
Huzzah!
Mary Chrysler.
Oh, Mary Chrysler, 20!
Yeah, jeez.
It's a hit.
Woo! For 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
This one here, as this comes through, similar to the other ones, you watch as he mutters a prayer under his breath. The blade, you all watch as it cleaves through this thing, but leaves no visible damage on him.
Of course. So I already did 1, 2. I have 1 more. I am gonna get a frost vial and put it in my hand. That's the end of my turn.
God dang it, Nina.
All right, Saruk.
Okay, so before my turn, add a character. Richard, when you said punch them in the temple, these people just like clerics of Bry in a temple of Bry, did you mean the pun? Because it was brilliant if you did.
I'm gonna go with the yes.
See? You're so fucking smart. Okay, so checks board state. Let's devise a strat up here, I think.
Okay.
Brah. The dice saith
We have 25.
5. We can make that a little better. Let's gather some data. Okay, I'm gonna step for my second action. I'm not gonna raise my shield this turn. And then third action, I'm gonna punch this dude with my teeth.
All right, 25 is a hit.
Over his flat-footed? Okay, there.
Even flat-footed, not a crit.
Heck. So tusks go into the back of their head to the tune of 15 points of damage.
Very nice. Take the full 15.
And that is my turn.
Except you want a clue in how.
Except thank you, Ghost of Refi, in the back of my head. So it's like, I guess the mask probably has some kind of like strap on the back holding. Cirque lunges in, stabs the thing in the back of the head, and then pulls backward a little such that its neck is exposed. If Hal were to run up and like Kopish right now.
Sweet. All
I
right.
get by with a little help from my goddamn friends. I trigger shared stratagem and I choose Halbert.
Sweet. And speaking of, it's Halbern's turn.
It's this creature between y'all.
Yeah, right here. It is fat-footed, dear.
I'd like to smack it.
Yep, go for it.
I hit it with a 22.
That is a hit, but not a crit.
Spun a lot. It's 11.
That's enough. But as we know, they explode when they die. 4 points of negative energy. Fortitude saves for everyone.
You get a save.
Success for Hal. Fail for Refi. Success for Saruk. Success for Kijak. Critical success for Anita. It takes no damage.
I'm debating. I might react. I'm looking at the turn order. You know what? Yeah. Because the reactions trigger is an enemy with damage. It doesn't strictly say like strikes and things. Right. So I'm gonna react again. I think scrolling through the damage that Refi took damage. So you gain resistance 8 to it and can step. You can step if you wanna.
Let me just heal back that 4.
Kijak demanifests, pulls, or I feel like again intersperses you and absorbs the negative energy and then snap back. Gives you time to go help your friend.
Sweet. Yeah. The Kijak absorbing lots of damage. That was just 2 actions for Hal. You still got a 3rd action.
Would you have gone there, Hal?
No, I don't think so, because I wouldn't have been able to do anything, and I knew you guys were next. I think... How far can I go? If he blows up. Is he hurt? No, he's not barely hurt. I think I'm going to go here next to this creature. And that's my turn.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Top of the round, Refy.
I am going to shoot this guy in the head first, because I believe I did a...
You did?
Reloading strike last.
And he's flat-footed from the flanking. Let's hit another crit and not roll double ones.
Oh,
well, that is a crit.
Right,
Thanks
all
to
And you shall receive, my friend.
not even for the flat-foot. It's just a straight up
Don't
crit.
GM your friend. That's how we get hurt.
All right, but that's only 1/2 of it. We still need to roll something besides double one.
come on.
Oh, that's a lot better.
I mean, there was a 2 on one of those, but
But also a 10.
yeah.
Yeah, not enough to kill it, but it has to make a fortitude save, which it does not, and it becomes stunned 1.
And for my second action, I believe I'll use a reloading strike. Yep. At map.
Oh, damn.
Well, that one's a crit thanks to the flat-footed condition.
Ladies and gentlemen, Refikil.
12 points of damage, and he also needs to make a basic fortitude save, or else he'll be slowed 1.
He would if he was not dead. So the strike comes in, and then this thing dies, and as it dies, you watch as 2 things happen. A wave of negative energy goes out, and Wybert's slash just appears mid-chest out of nowhere as he topples over.
And as his body blows up, I said, You're right. She was touched by her, but you're not going to touch her.
Machagua. I love how Anita crit succeeds on that. That's art.
Something is critical failure for Refy.
Oh, no,
That
I think I leaned in close as it was exploding. I didn't care. I'll take the damage. I wanted to make sure its soul heard me.
Lord. I think
So
I
I'll take
succeeded.
4.
That's going to do it for the last round of combat. So I'll share what the spell was. It's called Delay Consequence, which essentially, when they get hit by an attack, they use this focus spell, and it basically just shifts the attack in time. Happen later. But it can't avoid the attack. It just delays it temporarily. And the duration of the spell is 1 round, so it pushes the attack back, so it happens 1 round later than it would have normally.
It is manipulate.
It shouldn't be. Oh, it does say manipulate, doesn't it?
Dang it, Steven. You cheated.
I thought. Oh, I thought there was verbal, not somatic. Somatic is manipulate. You're right. Well, you kicked their butts anyways. Take a focus. Take a hero point, Hal, for me cheating you out of a opportunity attack.
Like 16 opportunities. So I feel like we're probably going to be sitting in this room to bandage. Saruk doesn't look great after that. So in the intervening space.
In the moment, right? Like it gets quiet and your heart's breathing, or your heart's beating. You guys are breathing heavily, maybe bracing for something else, but it's quiet again here in the temple.
And I would like to, if it's okay, it never happens, but can I recall some knowledge?
About?
Specifically these things that we fought.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. It'd be religion unless you have a more specific.
How do you feel about Brylor?
I think that's applicable, yeah.
Question marks.
Okay. Looking over these bodies and looking over the clothes, everything is very... Oh, let me ask you this. Is there anything specific you're trying to figure out?
Inside of me, there are 2 wolves. Out of character, these things have really cool lore, and I want you to tell the chat. In character, I think Saruk is just trying to suss out what's in here and what these things are and what might be further in and things like that. Just now that the adrenaline isn't pumping, now we get the information.
Perfect. Right. So looking at these things, they are very clearly followers of Bry. They're dressed in the clothes, the garments. Everything seems to come up being faithful. Even they're wearing sort of like their like the metallic cogs of Bry around their neck. Only you notice that the sort of holy symbol has like turned. It's like rusted away. It's got that like green patine to it. It looks tarnished, defiled even. And you think back to some of your religious training, things that you've come across. These are basically what are known as Herexans. And they are faithful. These were faithful followers of Bry who, upon their death, at the passing in the River of Souls, were rejected by their god and cursed and sent back into their bodies to live as undead. And looking at their state and looking at the temple around you, you would know that these people have done something so horrible that Bry themselves would have rejected them. Which means, in your mind, looking around this place, something more must be going on here than meets the eye.
Solace and mercy, children of Bry. Begins reloading ballista.
And specifically, too, because you use Bry lore, and you know, like, sort of, they have very strict regulations about garments and uniforms that are documented in the logic of design as what's appropriate to wear. These outfits themselves seem to be about 40 years out of date.
Poor bastards. Is everyone okay? Other than puts hand to back of helmet where almost certainly a knot is forming from the amount of hammers that bounced off it.
Yes, that was quite weird. You all were right in front of it, but they just tumbled towards me. So that's... I'm sorry, I wish I could have helped more. I was just running away.
You're fine. You can only stop so many bodies that want to get past you with a single shield.
That's the second time people wearing these robes have tried to kill us.
Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern. Well, not in this case. There's more context here, but...
It's actually disheartening because sometimes I dream about maybe meeting the Lady Bry, and in my dream she was very nice to me. So I don't know why her followers aren't.
The story is a little more complicated. Herexan are rejected. There's a look down. I feel like... Okay, so these are, like, we are 1000% sure they're undead. Yeah.
Yes, and that's the other thing, is they are definitely undead.
So whatever remains of the corpse at Saruk's feet, Saruk has got a dead space. I hope that tracks for everyone. Big fuck off stomp down. Don't blame Bry. Blame them.
With your religion tech, realizing these are definitely undead, that also triggers, you know, the negative energy not hurting them. And you also know that, like, undead cannot be non-lethal, right? If an undead is reduced to 0 hit points, they're destroyed.
That's why they keep exploding.
Right.
Jeffy's just running around with a smile, stomping them in the head. After he's seen Saruk doing it.
I would call you a kid in a candy store, but I've seen you in a candy store, and I sort of prefer that. I don't know if we have time for bandages, but I don't think Kosawana is going anywhere. Kicks a gear, it slides.
No, I was just about to say, and then Anita jumps out of why, but continues to stomp on the dead bodies. First of all, I miscalculated earlier. You should have 10 more hit points with the help that I gave you earlier, and then...
Oh, thank you. I feel 10. This is weird to say in character. I'm gonna go to 39 HP now.
I was just quantifying it earlier, and I was like, I'm missing something. I
Yes,
know
nerd. You're good, and we see you.
And then she pulls out another bandage. Sit down. Let me at least feel useful for all of you.
You are incredibly useful, whether or not, and takes a knee. Or wait, I'm like 3 fucking feet taller than you.
A little bit lower, Saruk.
So the thought occurs to me. Kosawana and the lot of us, we have a common enemy, no? The looks over at Refi. Bumblebees. They also want a piece of him. Mugland obviously wants him. We talk about eye for an eye. Maybe we don't talk enough about how the enemy of our enemy is our friend.
I think he's right. I mean, if Kosawana can build that cat over there, or a sphinx or flying beast, I mean, maybe he has a little more tricks up his sleeve. And, you know, I mean, you don't know this guy from Bry, but you do know Muglin. And if he can assist us or help us, I mean, he could probably prove useful. You see how useful Anita is when she's not burning.
Dead Bryite, fuck off. What are you doing? What? Why? I see you.
I wanted to make sure that if you wanted to loot anything off the dead bodies, they have the hammer and then the defiled holy symbols.
We didn't loot anything after the Sphinx, and we didn't look around for anything valuable either. So while they're getting bandaged, I want to do that.
There is a concern that we are looting a holy place too, and then looks over, or probably doesn't even look, just turns head slightly where Anita is wrapping the gauze around. You're not wrong, though. You're also not wrong about how we don't know this man from Bry. The thing about tearing apart institutions over our head is that a group effort makes it much easier. Machagua puts hand to head.
I mean, the first thing you notice too, Hal, without even having to make any active roll, is like the gemstones covered. Like every single wall in this chamber is covered with like a mosaic, little gemstones that make this bigger picture. The first thing you could just do is to sort of like figure out, is this valuable at all, right? Which you can do. It could be either a crafting or mining lore, if anyone has mining lore. Where's New Lara when we need her?
I was gonna say.
Diggy hole. Digging a hole. I get 16 back.
Yes.
Saruk looks like he's gonna drink one of his potions.
Unless we stay here for an hour and I can heal you up for more.
So with the 14, Hal, you're not able. You kind of look, but like all the gemstones blend together, and you're unable to tell if any are valuable, which are the valuable ones, which are the worthless ones. So you don't have a keen enough eye to assess the value of what you're seeing on the wall, but maybe somebody else might be able to. And beyond that, you can make. What else, are you looking for? Anything else? You can make an active search roll, but just kind of describe to me what you're looking for.
No, I think he would be looking at the shiny things that aren't organic, at least to his trained eye, being organic. You know, out here in the middle of nowhere, it's usually number one, stay alive. Number two, like look for things that are typically rusted, maybe leftover that you could take back. But shiny stuff, not so much. All the shiny stuff's kind of been taken away, but maybe he thinks, you know, points to the group. Maybe you can y'all can use some of the shiny stuff. Not interested.
Glances at where Anita is figuring out all the things.
Sorry, I'm still trying to fix fiber. What is it? What?
Oh, sorry, I was metagaming.
Not a lot super organic here, Hal. As you look around, this place is very, very artificial, very manufactured. The walls are carved at like spectacularly perfect 90-degree angles. Like it's very much like the wall comes up and meets the floor in a perfect seam. The crafting in this place is impeccable. There's not a single like rounded edge really anywhere. Everything is very methodically carved out, planned. Somebody put a lot of care and effort into designing this place and a lot of skill into making it happen. You do notice that the throne itself, there's like this sort of throne that sits on the main sort of dais, and it's the only thing that's really showing wear. Everything else looks brand new, but the upholstery sort of frayed. Even the frame of this throne is covered in quartz crystals. A lot of quartz in this place. But think maybe you would also be drawn to these 4 lamps in here, that it's giving off like a very blue glow in the room. Each one of these lamps is like a quartz crystal that has like a glowing flicker deep within it. and that flicker is bathing this room in a bright light.
And as Hal walks around that throne, I'll take a look over at Annie and what she was saying. And now, I've never met any gods. Annie, I can't tell you whether they're good or bad. If they can be good or bad. But they're followers, I know. They're just people. And they tend to be more concerned with themselves and things like that, as I point to the throne, than with what their god actually wants.
I'm still trying to figure out this whole religion thing. I think I'm learning a little bit from Saruk, but it's just so vague because I can't see it. Continues hammering Wybert.
It takes you how long to? It's like 1 minute to repair Wybert?
Quick repair, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Then I rolled a 31.
Yeah, it was a good roll. Should be a critical success.
Ooh, 30. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about Bri. I thought that she was a rather interesting and really cool deity, but I don't know if I would be genuine enough to say that I follow her because of what she did for me.
I mean, maybe there's some innateness of her in you. I mean, these creatures said they were touched by you, and from what Saruk was saying, they're not very keen of the Lady Bri.
In Undeath, they tend to resent that which they once worshipped, yes.
They're just jealous that they came back undead and I did not.
Yes, that is a way to frame it, but you aren't wrong.
Yeah, let's just take about 5 minutes or so, not too long, so we can like stretch our legs and, use the bathroom. And while we're at break, take this time to support us here at Recall Knowledge. Subscribe on Twitch if you're not already. Subscribe on YouTube. We passed 2K. We have a cool thing coming. We got to figure it out now that we're back to the grind. If you have Amazon Prime subscriptions on Twitch, we'll gladly take them off your hands, and that helps us a long way. Otherwise, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back to the Cradle of Quartz, I promise.
Soon.
And we are back in the Cradle of Quartz. So in the sort of downtime that we took on the break, everyone is rushing around, healing themselves. Anita is doing you said you had 35 minutes of repairs to do. Is that correct?
Yeah, not repairs. So I did treat wounds on Saruk, that's 10. And then treat wounds on myself, that's another 10. Another 10 minutes to make Wybert stable again. And then I spent a minute quick repairing Saruk's shield, and then another minute quick repairing Wybert.
Likewise, I, in that 10 minutes, tried to battle Mess and Refi, was shooting verse 20, failed, used my hero point, got worse, but didn't hurt him. I'm sorry we did all this without you present.
And then I drank a potion.
Perfect. So you guys have spent basically like around a half an hour or so after that last fight. So far, it seems like nothing has come to interrupt you. I know Hal was kind of poking around this room a bit. You said you were like looking at the walls, looking for anything you could find. I don't think. Did you ever give me the secret perception check for Hal?
Not perception. I gave you a not secret crafting, and I got a 14 because
you weren't able to assess the value of the gems.
Yes.
But if you wanted to still search around for anything, you can give me a seek action, which is a secret perception check. That was a freebie just for looking around the room, right? There's nothing hidden about the gems hiding in the wall. And then for Refugio, were you doing anything? All right.
Drank my potion. Grimace and wonder why they don't make it sweeter.
I think while we're doing all of that, there's a glance between Kijak and Saruk, and Kijak is gonna start slinking down this corner just to scout out.
Okay.
So don't mind me as I measure a lot. Kijak can go 100 feet away from me before he demanifests.
Perfect.
I'm gonna put him here for. I know there's a wall that's an awkward corridor. Foundry.
It's very awkward the way that the diagonals are on the grid, right?
The heck. I think I can move there.
Yeah.
So
is Kijak in avoid notice? What is Kijak's sort of exploration activity?
Yeah. It's just silently sneaking around and determining what's in front of us. If anything's watching us.
Have Kijak make a stealth check for me as he does this.
Will do. Don't mind me as I'm reading this archetype. But remember that time where we said we were definitely ready to level? And... Okay. I forget whether or not they got sent. Hockey dokie, you wanted a stealth check.
Yeah, you can make a secret stealth check for Kijak as he moves around the place.
And then one final thing. I'm just the mechanics of the Eidolon. I think we're in telepathic communication.
I believe so.
Okay, cool. That means Saruk can clue in. Be careful. The boy still needs you. And I'm gonna get a +1 circumstance from clue in. And I'm gonna... No question marks.
Kijak pretty stealthily sneaks his way, slinks down the hallway, deeper into the Cradle of Quartz. Hal spends, a good amount of time searching the room, comes up, finding nothing other than the throne in disarray. Just really kind of impressed at the architecture here. And where would you like Kijak to go?
So Kijak can go 100 feet away from me. I want to move Kijak to... I feel like there's probably a sensation that we both feel when we get to the very apogee of the tether. So I want to move 95 feet forward or until stimuli, whichever comes first.
Let's say, you probably get to around here before Kijak comes up with the first real, looking into a room. And you do see what appears to be a worship chamber of some kind. Although the room is thoroughly looted and vandalized. There's debris everywhere. There's no furniture in this room anymore, except for one remarkably unscathed sarcophagus standing on an altar at the southern end of the room.
Interesting. Oh, that is literally as far. Well, that's 55. Okay.
That's only 55 feet, yeah.
Gotta keep, if you don't mind, I'm gonna measure from Saruk. Okay. Then I'm gonna struggle to unselect Saruk to get. Gotta just keep slinking forward, slink to the corner, listen around the corner.
You listen, and all you hear is the eerie silence of a fairly abandoned temple.
And farther down we go. I think I'm still... I wish Foundry could do auras a little better. I would just put a very, very fucking light 100-foot aura.
100 feet gets you right into the middle of this room that you're looking at right now. So from where you are, you're pretty much close to the bounds of the tether. You can go a little further into the room if you want. This room appears to be some sort of sleeping chambers. You can see as you peek in remains of beds, work tables, writing desks. There's multiple alcoves, each with its own little lived-in area. Yeah, it looks like this might have been where the Herexans lived and spent their day-to-day activities. You found sort of where they probably were when they heard the explosion.
Interesting. And there aren't I don't know how dusty this place is.
So the previous room looked pretty dirty and ruined. This room looks well kept. It looks like they have kept their area in decent order, and they have some, just glancing around, it does seem like there's some semblance of intelligence and community here within this room that maybe it's a little surprising.
But no footprints that wouldn't be out of place. Okay, so that's about...
Yeah, there's not dirty enough to leave active footprints or anything, but just the looking at like the way the bed sheets and the stuff is, it looks like well lived in and probably left in a hurry.
So that's about the end of the tether. It would be much faster. Would you mind yeeting Kijak through the plains to come back to the
I would, but this is what happens. Kijak is slinking in, right?
Oh no.
Watching all of this. And then as he like sort of turns around to come back, looks down the hallway, you see standing in the middle of the hallway, right where you just came through, this strange looking creature staring right back at Kijak. Creature that looks like this. It's on all fours, it's hunched over, and it's looking right through Kijak enough. And with Kijak in telepath connection with you, you guys are one. You can almost feel this gaze affecting you. I need you and Kijak to roll initiative. Technically, everyone can roll initiative if you wish.
Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know where we are in the healing process.
Let's just make it easy and say we're right at the end of it.
Perfect.
La 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 la.
I don't like that name. Contact. Jeez.
Now I roll high.
What's Saruk doing right now? I think perception's probably the way.
This thing, it stands in the hallway. Its sort of head twists in a weird fashion, and its eyes, not only like looking at you, looking through you, you can feel it, the gaze, piercing your mind, piercing your soul, which in effect is also affecting Saruk. But it doesn't do anything on its turn. It basically delays its turn just standing there.
So I don't know if Richard can get cat noises to put on that bot. Cat noises.
Yeah, Rick, get some cat noises going.
Oh, damn it.
Whoa.
I mean, at this point, Saruk would be able to like sort of maybe verbally communicate the thumbs off, which gives Anita a chance to maybe do something on her turn. But otherwise, Anita's blissfully unaware of what's going on the other side of the chamber.
Close the door. I will recall Kijak.
What? Oh, all right. Whoop.
She closes. It's not even a door. It's just a curtain. She just pulls the curtain over.
It's closed. What's going on?
I don't know.
Should I barricade it with Wybird?
I'm trying not to say, look where Wybird is standing right now. That's already happening.
More?
It should be fine, assuming that... Don't worry about it. Just finish what you need to do, and then we'll go.
All right.
Anything else for Anita? Just closing the curtain?
That's it. Yeah, closing the curtain. Continuing with what I'm doing.
Reficule?
What's going on? What are we doing?
Nothing. Just wait here. Kijak found something. I can bring Kijak back. The thing is probably going to be coming with him, but presumably... it's towards the door. Towards the door. I didn't mean to open that. Shit.
What?
Towards the door that Annie's standing in front of.
Yeah.
Great. I draw my pistol again as a free action, and I hold an attack if I see something coming through.
Okay. Ow.
This thing. Enemy coming.
An enemy coming through. Got it. I'm not that mean.
Head down here. It's gonna... Now this blue glow, is it brightly illuminated based on the illumination here, or is it...
It is, yeah. It's putting off a pretty bright light. Like, I think you're probably pretty common with what it looks like, although it's in the center of this quartz crystal. As you've spent a little bit of time looking around here, it's reminiscent of those like glowing torches that were at the center of some of the clockworks back in Alkenstar. The Wranglers, they had the little search beam that would open up their chest and they would search around the room in like 360 degrees, scanning everything. It looks like one of those, but in a more quartz encasing, just mounted on the wall. And there's 4 in this chamber alone, combined giving a bright glow in the whole room. But if you were to disable them, it would go back to like, dark and or patches of dim light.
Into the curtain, use an interact action to pull the curtain, but I'm not like pulling it open. And then I will close it.
Yep, you take a quick peek and you got to look. It looks like a long hallway that goes out. It ends in a sort of room, and there's also at least one jut off that you can see. But you should have been able to see what you saw there, right?
Did we scavenge those parts from those creatures in the bank? Did we sell them? Were they worth some?
They were ever burning torches. They were worth something.
I have one of them. Do you need it?
Oh, but this thing right here looks like one of them. Like it can, if you take it apart and take it off, you can turn out the lights, or you can take it and sell it. But looking at Nita, I'm like, I feel kind of, I don't know, odd doing that, considering your state.
All right, so Saruk and Kijok, as you start your turn, Kijok/Saruk, you are in this creature's gaze, and you are close enough that you are affected by the ripping gaze effect. So I need you to make a basic fortitude saving throw.
Okay.
Come on.
So just Kijok is caught in this.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay. Do good. 28.
28. That is a failure.
Goodbye.
What?
So,
Oh, no.
Kijok and you share a hit point pool, right? So basically, damage that goes to Kijok goes to you. It's kind of like reflected on both of you, right?
Mm.
Okay. So Kijok immediately, you just watch as all these cuts from this gaze slash all over Kijok, which maybe even like mirrors on Saruk.
Just starts rapidly bleeding.
That's the weird thing. There's slashes, no blood, and you take 28 points of damage.
Christ. Okay.
And then that was just when you started your turn. You still get your full turn.
Right.
What the fuck?
That's a great question. Okay. So, oh god. Kijok is considerably faster than Saruk is. I'm not used to this. This is whack. And then from there is to there, and then that is... Hang on. Don't mind me. I'm just idly measuring. I wear token. Oh shit. I'm accidentally dragging. I think I know what I'm doing. Honestly, this is probably much ado about nothing. But can I? Okay, yeah, that wouldn't cut it. Okay, so what happens, I think in response, Saruk starts bleeding a lot. Kijok turns the corner, goes running.
Remember, no blood. Wounds that should be bleeding, but no blood pours out.
Saruk is violently lacerated by this thing. Or out of nowhere, even. Goes running. Kijok's gonna use one of our 3 actions to go running here. Jump up on the desk. When Kijok enters that square, that should be out of the 100-foot range. So Kijok goes there and then immediately demanifests.
Perfect.
I wish I had some means of identifying. If you wouldn't mind. Appreciate you. Christ. I think second action is I'm going to pull a potion, and third action is I'm going to drink a potion. Violently cut up and shaking. Saruk is looking at Kijok's inventory, and that's why he can't find his potions. The last lesser elixir of life. Many less d6 than what I took, but I'll take it. And then I put the effect back on me. And that is my turn.
All right, at the end of your turn, this creature that was holding its turn takes its turn. And you guys are all like kind of trying to figure out like what's we're talking about. Before you know it, this creature just sort of like crawls out of the wall, and you just watch as it like appears in this corner of the room, like right here on top of the dais, just appears like kind of through the wall and just standing there. Its eyes staring at all of you now.
Steve.
Yes.
You said you weren't that mean of a DM, right? Or GM, right?
Lied.
Yeah.
That's what you get for selling
Now-
meth and breaking the OGL.
I said if anything comes through the door, right?
Oh, no. You are waiting for this. This does definitely trigger your held action.
All right. This didn't come
Yeah.
through the door.
No. But it appeared in the room. You're waiting for something dangerous. I got you. Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah, you are.
Gotcha.
Well,
I'm
that's a
gonna use a hero
natural
point.
1. Let's use that hero point.
Let's go.
22. Still a miss. I think the shock of it like appearing startles you and you like blast and it just sort of ricochets off the mosaic wall behind it. That's all it can do on its turn. So its turn is ended. We are back to the top of the next round. Its initiative has been permanently moved to the end. Anita.
Ah! And then what Anita will do.
Oh, first of all, Anita, you start your turn in its gaze. I need you to make a. I'll put it in chat, but it is a fortitude save.
Of course. Whoop-a!
Oh, actually, no, I'm
Oh.
actually wrong on that. Perfect. I am wrong on that. Never mind. You do not have to do it. You actually do it at the end of your turn, not the start of your turn. So
I'm just gonna put a potion in my inventory and get that HP back if that's cool.
yeah, that works.
Wait, so what's happening?
Nothing. You don't have to make the save. It's you can feel it affecting you, but there's no save at the start of your turn. Go ahead and take your turn.
All right, so stopping what I was doing earlier, I was already holding a frost vial, so I'm going to throw it at him. Was that like 20 feet? No, 25 feet? So he's out of range, no?
I mean, it's tough because you're from the center of Wybert, so it's a little weird.
Okay.
Just I'll let you do it from within range. It's fine.
Get out of here. We're trying to rest. Whoop. 28.
That is a miss.
All right. Well, he still gets like 2 cold damage.
Yeah, the 2 splash cold damage.
Yeah, if that does any fucking thing.
2 points of cold damage. Does seem to be affected by it.
All right, cool. And then I'm going to what to do. Second action, I'm gonna step off of Wybert. Third action. Okay, well I'll do that later. Third action, I'm gonna give 1 to Wybert, and then he'll use 2, and then he'll walk all the way up to here to this creature. So Anita will be here, and then Wybert will be
Wybert, you're not a baby anymore.
there. That's it for my turn.
You gave Wybert 2 actions, right? So Stride was only 1.
I gave Wybert 1, so he gets 2 actions. So he's gonna try and hit him with his smash. So that will be an unfortunate 14. So that's my turn.
A critical miss, but there's no effects on a critical miss, luckily.
Oh, thank
All right. Now, at the end of your turn, now you must make the fortitude saving throw.
All right.
Is she behind Wybert though?
She is.
Mary Chrysler! I did roll a 20.
You rolled a dirty 20. Okay, so Anita, you do take 23 points of damage as wounds slash open on your body. Bloodless wounds cover you. And that is the end of Anita's turn. Ruffy.
Don't like this at all. Running reload.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
32 is a hit.
All right. 9 points of damage, and he's flat-footed to my next melee strike.
You deal 9 points of damage. As you blast it, you almost watch as the bullet sort of bounces off its like hardened skin and deflects, and the wall, the mosaic behind it explodes with a splash. It takes 0 points of damage from It resists all the damage you did. And it is flat-footed, though. It is a strike. It is a hit. It just deals 0 damage, so it is flat-footed.
Reloading strike.
Okay. It is flat-footed for this one. 21 is a miss.
That is my turn, and I suppose I have to make a save.
Yes, at the end of your turn, you must make the Fortitude saving throw from its glowing eyes. 26, that is a failure. Ruffy takes 27 points of wounds slashing open on your body without any blood showing up. And the more you guys that are definitely taking this damage are realizing it's like a visual thing. As you're like looking at it, it's like looking back at you, it's affecting your brain. It is a visual effect.
Like we close our eyes?
You can close your eyes and then you're blinded. Or there is an action called like avert your gaze, which gives you a bonus to like the saves.
I recall knowledge this creature using mana waste lore.
Sure. Yeah, give me mana waste lore.
What is this thing? What's it doing to my friends?
It's a 22. There is a legend in the mana waste of a creature that is so affected by the magics of this place that it can not only live in the moment, it can travel just like we can travel around in 3 dimensions. It can travel along the 4th dimension and move through time. And it is responsible, if the legends are to be true, for hundreds, if not more, of deaths of people. It's a thing that's whispered about. Nobody believes it's true. They call him the Time Hound. And the thought is, like, if you go to sleep at night and it shows up, better say your prayers and hope it doesn't kill you. The thing about this is it is completely invulnerable to any damage. And you must come up with it's a more nothing anyone's ever tried to damage it has ever worked. It resists all attacks, it resists all damage, and it will literally eat your dreams and make you live your entire nightmare for the rest of time if you let it stare into your eyes. That is what Hal knows of the Time Beast.
Don't let it look at you. This Tom dog is impervious, vulnerable. It will kill you if it finds you on the wastes, and he will open up this here and step through. So
chain encounters.
All right, Saruk.
Run.
Okay, so I know what the action of averting your gaze is. How many actions it take to make eyes not open anymore?
It's 1 action to avert your gaze, which gives you a +2 circumstance bonus to all saves against visual abilities. Your gaze remains averted until the start of your next one. So it's 1 action. You're not really closing your eyes. You're just trying to avoid eye contact.
But if I literally want to close my eyes.
Only close your eyes?
Yeah.
Probably a free action.
The logic being like close my eyes. It's invisible to, or whatever the degree of.
You would go blind.
Straight up not looking at it. Okay, I hate this. I'm gonna don't target it. That's metagaming. Well, I mean, I think I have to roll a natural 20 for this, but I've done a lot of them. Say it with me, kids. Untap.
Manifesting.
Devise a stratagem.
Up top, up deep, son of a bitch.
It's gonna be a 23.
Okay. So that's 1 action
roll
down.
point.
I don't have one.
Oh.
Pregnant pause. Looks at the chat. Looks at Twitch. Help me, friends.
Chat.
My partner's asleep.
We can't buy anything.
We're too poor. Okay, so I think. God, I hate everything. Second action, Surik's gonna stride to be adjacent to Refi. Third action, I'm gonna. Forgot I had this, but I'm gonna battle medicine. I'm going for the 15.
Battle medicine on who?
On Refi. On the monster.
In battle medicine today, though.
Not by me.
Oh, is it per person?
I'm pretty sure.
Did you not battle medicine last fight?
I tried to treat wounds, but last fight, no. I spent most of my time dancing around and reacting.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. It is your battle medicine, not all battle medicines. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Give me a 15.
Come on.
Or better would be nice.
Yeah, 19.
Okay, tight. So then I remember this is a, weird. Yeah. So Bethy is healed for 3 rip, and then
Go 3.
If closing my eye, I think Sergus just like doesn't have the shot, goes running up, pulls something to quickly jam on the wound, and then shuts his eyes. If that's a free action.
Yeah, I can't find anything that's saying it takes any other sort of action, so I'll just make you blind.
You are a sweet and merciful GM, and that is my turn.
On this creature's turn, with Saruk closing his eyes, this creature will do a jaw strike at Saruk.
Yeah. So I'm flat-footed.
28.
Hits me on a 6, you say?
And that's going to be...
It's 22.
15 points of piercing damage.
Yikes. Okay.
Second action is going to be to claw strike onto Saruk. 36.
Flat-footed, that's a crit.
It's a crit, yep.
Yep.
So that's going to be critical hit on the claw. So that's 44 points of slashing damage onto Saruk.
Ow.
And then what's the third action? You watch as it like folds back into like the wall and just disappears.
Well, I mean, I don't. I'm blind, but good flavor text.
Yep.
Love you. Don't hurt me.
Anita.
Please get on Wybert. And then Anita will use one action to go to Saruk. I haven't done... Oh, fuck. I did battle medicine on him already.
Mm-hmm.
Can I shove a healing potion on his mouth?
Saruk is consenting.
Yeah.
Are you letting me shove this into you?
This context is getting strange. I'm about to die.
I'm sorry. All right, here. Go. Roll your d6.
This is just 1d6. All right.
Remember, no teeth.
Okay, 9.
But that's
9.
I will heal for 9 if you would like to let me.
Oh, 6. I can read.
I mean, is there a bonus on it, or is it just a flat 1d6?
It's just like an elixir of life, or what?
It's an elixir of life.
A minor elixir of life, yeah.
Yeah.
6.
And you gain +1 item bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons for 10 minutes.
Cool.
So, okay, I have a question. I want Wybert to be an ambulance. Technically, he'll have 2 actions, right? So can he hold his 2 actions till they mount him, and then he runs to where Hal went? That is my command to Wybert for his 2 actions.
Yeah, so Wybert is a minion.
Yes.
And minions do not have reactions. So Wybert cannot hold an action to react to something and move when it's not his turn. He's not advanced enough for that.
But if it's my command to be like, wait for them to get on you before running to where Hal went?
He does not have reactions, so he cannot. No, sorry.
No! 2 actions. 2 actions. Alright. How do we do this? Howdy doody do these. Alright, I'll spend
the
my...
thing's technically gone right now, so we could just try to book it.
Alright. You better... Breathy, you better. I'm not leaving until you leave. So... I get on... I'll leave Wybert there. And then Anita uses her last action to go here where Hal is.
Okay.
Run. That's the end of my turn. And then Wybert, for his action, because he has one, he just steps closer to them. Yeah.
Perfect. Ruffy.
One action to stride there. 2 actions to hold his stride until everyone's out of the room.
Al?
I think Hal's going to be like, I'm not sure we should go down here considering the things we've seen. Maybe we should head back out front and reassess how we're going to get past this dog.
You're not wrong.
You're the one who ran down the hall.
No, I didn't.
I'm yelling that to Hal.
I thought you were shaming me for pulling the encounter with my idol on. Never mind. This is becoming strange meta talk.
And Hal will head out stride.
And he comes
at
in
40 feet. And then stride again.
As you stride out, Hal, like, yeah, you step out, you hit like that dry desert air hits you, the wind sort of picking up, not, you know, protected inside the temple anymore. And there's sort of the like rustling and the squawking, and you look up and those creatures you scared off are still like sort of in the rafters above, looking right down at you.
Maybe I'll move over here instead.
Because we didn't kill them, we just scared them up into the like above the doorway where they wanted to stay away from you.
Well, they're definitely not more Tom dogs, so they can't be as bad.
Sure. Saruk.
Okay, still blind. Just need to read the condition. My bunny brain is telling me things that aren't true.
All normal terrain is difficult. You can't detect anything using vision.
That's all I needed. So circle open his eyes.
It's interesting that like averting your gaze is an action, but there's nothing about like closing your eyes being an action.
I mean, it crit me in the face because I did this, so this seems reasonable.
Oh yeah.
Plus, unblind me. God.
I'll have to research it between sessions to see if what people are ruling. Like maybe it's once per turn you can either open or close your eyes for free. You can't just open your eyes, take your turn, and close your eyes at the end of each turn. Is that sort of what avert a gaze is trying? We'll figure it out between sessions.
Oh no, dog! Please open my eyes. I can't remove this condition. Appreciate. Oh god, it got really bright on my screen. It's like turning off darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, so God, Saruk is bloody and not bloody, but also bloody from claws, but not claws. This is concerning. Okay, so first action, it's got to be here. Likewise, Saruk is going to run here, stride here for one, and then ready to stride out until. With the trigger being when Refi moves.
Refi's holding his action for you to go, and you're like holding your action for him to go, and there's this whole like...
Saruk moves into the middle and begins praying quietly under their breath, bleeding all over the place.
I said, I'm waiting for you. You go first.
That's not how this works.
On its turn, it does something, but you can't tell what it is. Anita, it's your turn.
Please get out.
The Jaguar cannot protect you unless I am near you. Go.
And then I use, what is this? 2 actions to get out?
Just 1 to go there, I guess.
Yeah, 1 to go there, and then 2, yeah. Then 1 more to get all the way here. Wybert! And then Wybert bolts out of there. And then just patiently waits for both. Just patiently waits for Refi and right there. 40. There you go. Patiently waits for Saruk and Refi. That's it for our turn.
Refi.
I will stride.
And I'll use my reaction to also stride. 10 to...
And close the door on certain.
You cow, you good. Reaction.
And then I'm going to spend my last 2 actions to hold an attack if any of these flying fuckers try to come down at us.
Okay, so I think yeah, you guys flee from the cradle, flee from the Time Hound, out inside, catching your breath, looking back. Is the plan to like flee and regroup, or what? Like narratively speaking, what is the plan here?
I think to regroup is probably like here-ish.
At least catch our breath.
Yeah,
and see
like
what the fuck's
rest for
going
the
on.
night. Yeah, figure out what's going on.
I don't know if we have the time to rest for the night. There's a pretty quick timeline that's crunching, so I think we're rather just like go here 10 minutes, rack our brains, then go again.
Yeah, at least get out of there.
I think narratively the thing we see is the camera is like looking from inside the temple. You guys flee out into the desert.
I think back to that ridge where Sayoni is in the art. Seems good.
Right. And we get the sort of like look from like the hound's eyes as it watches you flee like off into the desert. You know, regrouping, licking your wounds. You guys took quite a beating from that. I think this is like a good time for you guys to regroup. Take, you know, out of the temple. I don't want to say safe. You're still in the mana waste, but you're apparently more safe than in a confined location with whatever this creature is trying to murder you all. I think this is a good moment to catch your breath, take a beat, regroup, come up with a plan, and we will find out what happens next week on Cradle of Quartz. Guys, that thing is not a joke.
Heck no.
At all.
We went from like, oh, this is such like a beautiful coordinated fight where we're kicking ass to, oh god, it's bad, let's get the hell out.
It's bad, run.
This is a badass go. Yeah, whatever this thing is, it lives here in the Cradle of Quartz, and it looks like it will not be a pushover. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with and any plans or what you guys can suss together. But as far as this week, we're going to end the episode there.
One more hour.
Go ahead and spend like, you know, the next week, you know, figuring out, come up with a plan, and we will come into like the beginning of next episode with you guys sort of regrouping, healed up, talking about what you guys are going to do. So, you know, you guys can figure it out of character, and then we can discuss it in character next session, however you guys want to do it. But yeah, this was a nice little welcome to the Cradle of Quartz. And we've only made it one room in, guys. Well, sort of. You made it like 4 rooms in with Keyjock. Excited to see what's to come. So, anyways, that's going to do it for us this week in the Cradle of Quartz. Big thanks to Ninna, Richard, Ricardo, Tommy. I happy playing with you guys again. Woo! Stat, I almost killed you guys.
Academic recall knowledge.
One word.
One word.
One more.
It's been a fun session tormenting you. I just want to give a huge shout out real quick to our patrons. Let me bring up the patron screen. Where is it? It's been a while. Patrons. The patrons are all awesome and allow us to do what we do. So make sure to go to patreon.com/recall-knowledge. You can get behind the scenes look at some upcoming content and early episodes before they hit YouTube. Big thanks, of course, David Sims, Jason Irvin, Awal Jalil, Ellie Boyle, Jay, Mark Paquette, Paul G, Sandra Wagner, and Sam Skaggs. Your guys' support goes a long way to letting us do what we want to do here. You guys are awesome. Big thanks to Molten Hosting for providing our server hosting, making it so easy. Use referral code Recall Knowledge.
It's
one word
for your first month for free. Check them out at moltenhosting.com. F the OGL. Tommy, what you got going on in the world?
Whoa, say that backwards. We like the OGL. Steven.
Oh, yeah. F the OGL 1.1.
The first.
More specifically.
OGL 1.1. It's easy. Hi, my name is Tommy. I want to say first.
1.1.
I appreciate you. 1.1 sucks.
1.1.
I want to say I appreciate you guys. It's been, as the professional recluse who suddenly earlier this week's livelihood is like, oh no, what's happening? There's a lot of anxiety, and I'll like talk to friends and people coming to me like, hey, what's going on with our future? So this was the first place that I've had to really vent about it, because I'm not trying to like make content about it on BDG, because I am not a lawyer. I don't have the inside scoop, so all I can do is doomsay for clicks. And like that feels really shitty, and that's not why I have a platform and not what I want to fucking talk about. But hey, you know what I want to talk about? There's all of my stuff in the Twitch. My name is Tommy. I have a YouTube channel called Black Dragon Gaming where I do a shit ton of lore about things that are OGL dependent. 1E2E Starfinder. I put out a video on. I'm almost done with all of the Lost Omens, Impossible Lands, deities. I don't know what I'm doing for Friday. I'm gonna find something that's really soft and cozy and nice in the in the coffee that I drank that was not ground as well as it could have been. In the nice utopia that Pathfinder is, and I'm going to forget about everything that's going on in the meta, and that will be dope. I also am this week working on Monstrous Beasts, A Guide to Friend Them, which Eldritch Osiris is doing. All of the nerds that are coming together as backer rewards got jammed into a Discord this week. So that's big book of all things knowledge, nature, and druids and shit. Y'all can Google it to find the rest of the deets and stuff. I'm definitely going to be this week just dug in.
Have you announced what you're doing yet?
Everybody who is there, let me scroll through the Discord. Everybody who's in there, including Vanessa Hoskins, turns out, is responsible for one companion and one creature. I'm still kind of humming and awing about what I want to write, but I know when I homebrew, it's like when my life is really good, we do like dark dystopian, all those young adult novels you read when you were teenagers, but they were way too fucking dark for kids. Right, and then when the world is bad, I write Appa from Avatar. So it's gonna be something cute and wholesome and nice, and it'll be dope as hell. I'm super looking forward to it. But you can find all the things there. My Patreon. I run professional games. I do too much content. There's the thing.
So no OGL based devil for you, like an OGL contract devil.
No.
That's too meta.
It's like I see those meta jokes like yes, I appreciate this, but then it hits a little too home. I like what I do and I like these games, and I tell people who come to me that it's like, yeah, no, put down the problems you are experiencing IRL for 4 hours. Worry about this fucking time dog that makes you not bleed to death on the floor. But the escapism that is what we like. So we're just gonna make something real fucking nice and idyllic and that protects you from things and tight.
Time dog that heals all wounds, not causes wounds.
Time dog heals all wounds.
Awesome. Any other shout outs from anyone?
Drink your vitamins. I'm trying to say a lot of people are getting sick right now, and there's not enough of us. So fucking stay healthy, everyone. This shit's tiring.
It's. I'm guessing it's way worse than usual at this time of year, right?
Yeah. So stay healthy. Give us a break.
Oh, right. That's like your... Yeah. Okay.
So here on Recall Knowledge, we'll be back next Wednesday, January 18th at 7 o'clock-ish p.m. Pacific time as we continue exploring the mysteries of the Cradle of Quartz and facing down whatever this time dog is.
Bullshit.
Fucking time dog.
It is a little BS. And will it be enough to spell your doom? I guess the nickname this thing could be is the TPK dog, because it is no joke. That being said, we'll find out what plan you guys come up with next week. Till then, please, as Nina said, stay safe and stay healthy. Eat those multivitamins. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.
You get it for dramatic effect.
Eat them.
Just eat them. Farewell.
Bye.